I didn't think it was worth hurting you. You're obviously not from one of the other clans. Other clans? Rusty echoed, confused. Graypaw let out an impatient hiss. You must have heard of the four warrior clans that hunt around here. I belong to Thunder Clan. The other clans are always trying to steal prey from our territory, especially Shadow Clan. They're so fierce, they would have ripped you to shreds, no questions asked. Graypaw paused to spit angry and continued. They come to take prey that is rightfully ours. It is job of the Thunder Clan warriors to keep them out of our territory. When I've finished my training, I'll be so dangerous I'll have the other clans shaking in their flea-bitten skins. They won't dare come near us then. Rusty narrowed his eyes. This cat must be one of the wildcats Smudge had warned him about. Living rough in the woods, hunting and fighting each other for every last scrap of food. Yet Rusty didn't feel scared. In fact, it was not hard to not to admire this confident kitten. "So you're not a warrior yet?" he asked. "Why? Did you think I was?" Graypaw purred proudly. Then when he shook his wide furry head, "I won't be a real warrior for ages. I have to go through the training first. Kits have to be 6 moons old before they can even begin training. Tonight is my first night as an apprentice." "Why don't you find yourself an owner with a nice cozy house instead? Your life would be much easier," Rusty meowed. "There are plenty of housefolk who will take in a kitten like you. All you have to do is sit where they can see you and look hungry for a couple days, and they'd feed me pelts that look like rabbit droppings and soft plop." Grapevine interrupted. "No way. I can't think of anything worse than being a kitty pet. It's nothing but uh, two-legged toys. Eating stuff that doesn't like food, making dirt in a box of gravel, sticking our noses outside only when the two legs allow them. That's no life. Out here it's wild, and it's free. We come and go as we please." He finished his speech with a proud spit, and then meowed mischievously. "Until you've tasted a fresh-killed mouse, you haven't lived. Have you ever tasted mouse?" "No," Rusty admitted, a little defensive. "Not yet." "I guess you'll never understand," Graypaw sighed. "You weren't born wild. It makes a big difference. You need to be born with the warrior blood in your veins, or the feel of the wind in your whiskers. Kitties born into two-legged nests could never feel the same way." Rusty remembered the way he had felt in his dreams. "That's not true," he meowed indignantly. Graypaw did not reply. He suddenly stiffened his mid-lip paw, one paw still raised, and sniffed the air. "I smell cats from my clan," he hissed. "I should go. They won't be pleased to find you hunting in our territory." Rusty looked around, wondering how Graypaw knew any cats was approaching. He couldn't smell anything different on the leaf-scented breeze, but his fur stood out on end as a note of urgency in Graypaw's voice. "Quick!" hissed Graypaw again. "Run!" Rusty prepared to spring into the bushes, not knowing which way was safe to jump. It was too late. A voice meowed from behind him, firm and menacing. "What's going on here?" Rusty turned to see a large gray she-cat strolling majestically out of the undergrowth. She was magnificent. White hairs streaked her muzzle, and an ugly scar parted the fur across her shoulders, but her smooth gray coat shone like silver in the moonlight. "Blue Star!" Beside Rusty, Graypaw crouched and narrowed his eyes. He crouched even lower when the second cat, a handsome golden tom, followed the gray cat into the clearing. shouldn't be so near Too Late Place, Grey Paw, growled the golden tabby angrily, narrowing his green eyes. I know, Lionheart. I'm sorry. Grey Paw looked down at his paws. Rusty copied a Grey Paw and crouched low to the forest floor, his ears twitching nervously. His cat's had an air of strength they'd never seen in any of his garden friends. Maybe what Smudge had warned him about was true. Who is this? Asked a she-cat. Rusty flinched as she turned her gaze on him. Her piercing blue eyes made him feel even more vulnerable. He's no threat, mewed Grey Paw quickly. He's not another clan warrior, just a two-legged pet from beyond our territories. Just a two-legged pet. Words inflamed Rusty, but he held his tongue. The warning look in Blue Star's stare told him that she had absorbed the anger in his eyes, and he looked away. This is Blue Star. She's leader of my clan. Grey Paw hissed to Rusty under his breath. And Lionheart, he's my mentor. Which means he's training me to be a warrior. Thank you for the introduction, Grey Paw, meowed Lionheart coolly. Blue Star still staring at Rusty. You fight well for a two-legged pet, she meowed. Rusty and Grey Paw exchanged confused glances. How could she know? We have been watching you both, Blue Star went on, as if she had read their thoughts. We wondered how you would deal with an intruder, Grey Paw. You attacked him bravely. Grey Paw looked pleased at Blue Star's praise. Sit up. Now, both of you. Blue Star looked at Rusty. You too, kitty pet. He sat up immediately and held Blue Star's gaze evenly as she addressed him. You reacted well to the attack, kitty pet. Grey Paw was stronger than you, but you used your wits to defend yourself, and you turned to face him when he chased you. I've not seen a kitty pet do that before. Rusty managed to nod his thanks, taken aback by such unexpected praise. Her next words surprised him even more. I have been wondering how you would perform out here, beyond the two-leg place. We patrol this border frequently, so I have often seen you sitting on your boundary, staring out into the forest. And now, at last, you have dared to place your paws here. Blue Star stared at Rusty thoughtfully. You do have natural hunting ability. Sharp eyes. You would have caught that mouse if you had not hesitated so long. Really? Rusty stammered. Lionheart spoke now. His deep meow was respectful but insistent. Blue Star, this is a kitty pet. He should not be hunting in ThunderClan territory. Send him home to his two legs. Rusty perkled at Lionheart's dismissive words. Send me home? He meowed impatiently. Blue Star's words had made him glow with pride. She had noticed him when she had been impressed by him. But I've only come here to hunt for a mouse or two. I'm sure that there's enough to go around. Blue Star had turned her head to acknowledge Lionheart's words. Now her gaze snapped back to Rusty. Her blue eyes were blazing with anger. There's never enough to go around. If you didn't live such soft, overfed life, you would know that. Rusty was confused by Blue Star's sudden rage, but one sudden glance at the horrified look on Grey Paw's face was enough to tell him he had spoken too freely. Lionheart stepped to his leader's side. Both warriors loomed over him now. Rusty looked into Blue Star's threatening stare, and his pride dissolved. These were not the cozy fireside cats he was dealing with. They were mean, hungry cats who were probably going to finish what Grey Paw had started.